So, long story short, my nephews and I have a new favorite activity. I'll get to that in a second, but first, let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. My low is the fact that it was quite cold yesterday. Very windy. Not good. The sad part is, it really was a beautiful day. That's what makes it worse. Like, hey, it's a clear blue sky. It's going to be awesome when I go outside. Then you go outside and temperature feels cool. Then you get like a 10-degree wind chill. You're like, oh. Then you got to go back inside. Not fun. In fact, that actually involves the little activity my nephews and I have now. I'll get to that in a second. Actually, no, I'll get to it right now. My high is the fact that I was with my nephews yesterday, and it was awesome. My act of kindness was, again, involving the activity with my nephews, is basically my mom was taking them to the park, but I always stop by in my car so they can get nice and warm, and we listen to music. Good morning, happy Friday, everyone. So, it all started just by happenstance. My mom was walking them to the park one day. They were walking through the park one day. With only a couple weeks from May. Anyway, I was thinking of a rhyme. Anyway, we're walking to the park, and I stopped by. I'm going to see him. Because normally I would drive back up to the park where they're going to go. But they decided that it was really cold. They wanted to get inside my car and get warm. And I had a brainstorm. My phone also essentially works not only as this camera, but as an iPod as well. Shock and awe. And you better believe that after about, I must have had my playlist since 2010, 2011. So after over a decade, I've accumulated well over 800 songs that I like. And I put them on my iPod. Now, I've talked about a little what kind of music that I listen. But one music that will always be on there, and I'll be happy to put on there, is anything related to Disney. Which, of course, I have Disney music. I mean, some Disney songs are a lot of villain songs. I also have, I have a few good songs too. Songs from stuff like, Moana, The Lion King, Frozen, of course. I only have Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid, but again, that's a villain song, so that's awesome. A couple from Beauty and the Beast, of course. Although I don't have guest sound, surprisingly. That really should be on my iPod. I'll have to get to that later. But, here's the thing. While my nephews have listened to Disney, their favorite song really has nothing to do with Disney at all. Well, it kind of does. See, if any of you have ever seen The Lion King, the original one, there's one scene that when I first saw it, I'm like, this is the greatest scene in cinematic history. And as I got older, I've actually met a lot of people or seen a lot of people on TV that all agree that this particular scene is the greatest scene ever. At least in that movie, of course. Not the greatest scene in cinematic history. Although, I'm sure it'd probably be in the top 100. And there's a lot of great movie scenes out there. And if you don't know the scene, it's when it cuts back to Pride Rock after Scar took over. He has Zazu in jail, and Zazu is trying to sing some songs, and he's like, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. And Scar's like, oh, do like it. And Scar's like, oh, do like it. Sings a little more bounces. And then he starts singing, it's a small world, no, anything but that. And then there it is, the singing. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, dee-dee-dee-dee, there they are, standing in a row. Scar's like, bum, 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 bum. Big one, small one, some as big as your head. So, needless to say, that's my nephew's favorite song now. Oh, here's the thing. If they want to listen to that song, they don't mention the part about the coconuts. Because the chorus in that song is, roll a bowl, a ball, a penny a pinch. So my nephews say penny a pinch if they want to hear that song again. I think it's the greatest thing ever, man. My nephews love that song. There's a few other songs they really do like too. It's Gonna Be Great, sung by a Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. Yes, I have that song on my iPod. What can I say? I love Jim Cummings' work. What else? I mean, I tried to make him listen to other stuff too. I've done the Blanks rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. If you don't know who the Blanks are, they were that one barbershop quartet in the show Scrubs. They actually are a real band, and they're awesome. I highly recommend you check them out. I actually tried making him listen to one song I actually did gravitate towards a little bit was, believe it or not, The Mess Around by Ray Charles. Yeah, you know the one scene from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles where John Candy's like, do the mess around? And like Steve Martin is just like, the entire time. And my nephew's like that song, but I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts is my nephew's favorite song for right now. And speaking of right now, you know, instead of just trying to plan out when I'm going to do my next ARC thoughts, I'm just going to do it here because I actually kind of have a lot to talk about. So, if you've been a long-time watcher of these videos, you clearly know I'm a One Piece fan. And if you are a One Piece fan who happens to be watching these, and you've been paying attention to the order I've been doing these videos in, you know exactly what arc is next. And this isn't just any other arc. This arc, up until Wano just now, was known as the big one. I am talking, of course, of Dressrosa. Now, for frame of reference, the entirety of this arc is 102 chapters, with 118 episodes of the anime, so lots and lots of filler. Wait, is it 102 chapters? Yeah, it is 102 chapters. This was March of 2013, when chapter 700, when the Dressrosa arc begins, was first published. I was on the cusp of finishing up college. This is my senior year. I'm going to be graduating in a little over a month and a half or so. There you go. I'm going to be done with school. And this arc lasted until September 28th, 2015. As this arc was being published, I had graduated from college, became a nationally certified phlebotomist, ran a half marathon, ran a full marathon, rode a 100-mile bike ride for charity, Actually, I think I might have done 2 of them. Yeah, I've done 2 of those. Because they were in the summer of 2014, 2015. My brother had gotten engaged. I had done a summer edition. I did a small theater thing, and we did Hairspray. Seriously, I really could go on and on with everything that happened as this arc was being published. So you're probably thinking, wow, there must have been a lot of stuff that happened in the Dressrosa arc. Oh, good Lord, yes. I mean, I don't really want to get into the real intricate details of how this arc really works. Just simply because if you want to see that, Liam of the Grand Line Review, shout out to the Grand Line Review, actually did a video where he talked about all the pros and cons that this Dressrosa arc had. Even getting help from over 100 other of his watchers on YouTube. Fun fact, I have a cameo in that. Yeah, I actually have a cameo right at the end. It's really cool. So yeah, I can put a theater credit to my name. Okay, so I'll be honest. It never really occurred to me just how long the arc was. Or just all the, again, highs and lows this arc brings. Until, again, Liam of the Grand Line read the Dressrosa disaster. Because for everything that happened, for an arc being as long as it is, for an arc with quite a few problems that it has, one of which considering that it's 102 chapters, and in One Piece time, it was only 1 day. So think about it. 1 day in the world of One Piece, 2.5 years real world time. Not to mention, you have hundreds of characters that are introduced to some small capacity, and quite a few of which actually get some character development. With, not to mention, with a climactic fight between Luffy and Doflamingo, a few major reveals, such as Trafalgar Law's real name, which is Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. The problems with the comparisons that, oh, this is just Alabasta again. I really, 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 really could go on and on with all the problems. Oh, another problem that this arc has is, since, because here's the thing, Dressrosa is, if I could describe a country that Dressrosa is based off of, I would say something more a Latin country or a Spanish-speaking country. Think like Spain or, actually, you know what, just think Spain. A little bit of Mexico, I guess. But mostly any Spanish-speaking country. And that's what Dressrosa is. Not that everyone speaks Spanish, mind you, but there's a lot of bright colors, flowers. It's here's the thing. In the world of One Piece, islands can actually be broken down into spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And, I just mentioned flowers. Dressrosa is a spring island. So take that what you will. So for all of that, I want to make one thing abundantly clear. I love this arc. Let me say that again. I love this arc. I do. So much stuff in my life was happening around me, both good and bad, that reading Dressrosa weekly as it was being published just seemed like the right kind of escape to, calm me down and, bring things back down to a level where you really wouldn't feel very stressed. At least for me. Again, this arc is over 100 chapters. And again, it took over 2.5 years for real world publication. This was all we had. And a lot of people, because of how long it is, in fact, because of its length, there's a word for it called Dressrosa fatigue. Now, thankfully, at this point, Dressrosa has been fully published for everyone to read. So all 102 chapters you could read in one sitting. I say could because, again, Dressrosa fatigue. This arc is so long, you might actually get tired and have to stop. Like, you may need more than one sit down to read it all the way through if you want to do that. What else? Long flashbacks with Law and Doflamingo. Mostly Law. The Law flashback is actually a really good one. We get more insight of how Law's fruit works. The ape no mi, or the op fruit in English. Not to mention, it's during this arc where the Straw Hats got separated. Yes, because there was a party on the Thousand Sunny that had to watch it in case anyone invaded, and then one of Big Mom's ships shows up. So Sanji arrives, thank goodness. Actually, Sanji has a really great fight scene with Doflamingo. It was a good one. I mean, he doesn't win, obviously, but, it was a great fight. And so they got to fly away. Like, again, there's just a lot of stuff. All culminating in the Straw Hat crew getting a grand fleet of well over 5,600 soldiers. Which, for those of you who don't know, 5-6 means Gomu in Japanese, and Gomu is Luffy's devil fruit. For now. I'm not going to spoil what's happened recently, don't worry. I just love this arc. I do. I mean, a day will probably, right now, I really do think I would put Dressrosa. I know Dressrosa is in my top 10. For sure, this arc is in my top 10. Because Sky P and Alabasta are going to be in there somewhere. Arlong is going to be in there. Arlong might actually be number 5, now that I think about it. Any Slavy's going to be in there. Right now, Marineford is going to be number 1. Impel Down was pretty awesome. Yeah, I really could go on and on. But let me assure you, yes. Should you ever read all the way through One Piece? Well, first of all, good luck getting through that. Good luck getting through that rabbit hole. Actually, you know what? A rabbit hole is too generous. Good luck getting through that anthill. I'm still in the anthill now that I think about it. If you ever do read through all of One Piece, and you get to Dressrosa, my recommendation, now here's the thing, again, I only read it weekly. I was there through it all. I don't need to read through it all again myself. At least now I don't anyway. But if you do, I would highly recommend you pace yourself. Because, again, you're going to be in for a long haul. It's a wild ride and a long one, but I can assure you that it is a gosh darn good one. So take that what you will. So I hope you all liked this video. If you did, leave a like and possibly subscribe. That would really help my channel out. And you can follow me on social media. You can do that too. As always, I enjoyed filming this video for all of you guys who watched and enjoyed today. And hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, because I want to talk to you here to land the all back, take care and make good choices. See ya.